Brooke Singman has just spoken to the former president about the ruling from the Supreme Court. She joins us now, and what was his reaction, Brooke?
Hey, good morning, Bill. Yeah, that's right. I just spoke with the former president. He said that the ruling today is both unifying and inspirational. He's really touting the fact that this ruling was a unanimous decision, 9-0. He says it's a great win for America. He told me it's very, very important, but what he's really focusing now is on the pending immunity ruling. You know, he is waiting for arguments. The Supreme Court decided last week that they would take up arguments on that presidential immunity appeal that he and his team has made to the Supreme Court because of special counsel Jack Smith's case. Now, those arguments are expected to be heard on April 22nd, and we will hear a decision on that by mid to late June. And he said basically, quote, equally important for our country is the decision today, but will be the decision that they will soon make on immunity for a president. He said without which the presidency would be relegated to nothing more than a ceremonial position, which is far from what the founders intended. And the former president said that no president would be able to properly and effectively function without complete and total immunity. He said that would put our country at great risk. But again, he is really touting the fact that this is a unanimous 9-0 decision, both unifying and inspirational for the people of the country. And that's what he just told me, just hung up with him.
And already
before.
Making the public argument about immunity that that may come, again, as we mentioned, at the end of June, first part of July, right before the July 4th holiday.
Exactly.
Nothing says red, white, and blue like a U.S. Supreme Court decision that could portend the outcome of a national election. Brooke,
right.
He has a press conference at noon. Is it a press conference or just an address before camera? Do we know?
You know what? We don't know exactly right now. We should be ready for anything with that. And of course, Bill, as you mentioned, yes, that decision could come right before July 4th, but it could also come right before the Republican convention in July, which begins mid-July. And if he's the nominee, you know, he will either be coming off on the heels of a Supreme Court win, which would effectively take out that Jack Smith case in Washington, D.C., but also something to keep an eye on is this classified records investigation and those charges down in Florida. Now, he was in court on Friday in Florida, the former president, and the trial for the classified records case, while it's not directly linked to this Jack Smith immunity case for the Washington, D.C. charges, it would definitely have an effect. So that trial was set to begin in May, but Judge Eileen Cannon seems to be pushing that down, delaying that. And obviously the president's team, former president's team, is pushing for a later start date, as is Jack Smith. So we have a lot of dates to watch. We don't know exactly what he's going to say at Mar-a-Lago at noon, but we'll keep watching.
Okay. Thanks, you, Brooke.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.